All right, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We are back for another episode of the Ooh Ladies First Cannabis Show. Are you ladies ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. What's going on, y'all?
What
What's
it
going
is?
on?
Yeah.
Y'all know we had to come and bring y'all a little piece of something, okay, for the people that's gonna miss the show on this Saturday. Now, keep in mind, now you still could get your tickets. That QR code is up there for the people that are last minute with theirs.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead because it will be ending on tomorrow night. All right. So tomorrow night is the last day for you guys to round up them tickets and everything. So make sure that you go and get what's yours.
They
Okay.
said, who are gonna be there? Hold on. Now let me wait to the last minute.
You said what?
I said they said who are gonna be there? Let me wait to the last minute to get my ticket.
Okay. Literally. But we did great. We did great. Doing great. We are excited to see you guys this weekend. We are going to have a time for sure. Now we do have a Facebook group that I did pin the link to the top of the comment section for the people that are coming into town. And if you're coming in by yourself and you need to link up with somebody or you need some information or whatever the case is, there is a Facebook group and you can go to that link. Okay. And then also, if y'all just want to, come on over and join the Facebook group so you could be in the know for the, next time we do this, then go ahead and go on over there. Period. Anything that I missed, ladies? Anything?
What is it? Any tickets?
Get your drink tickets.
Get your drink tickets.
Get your drink
Because
tickets.
listen, tomorrow is the day.
Mm-hmm.
And we have cute cocktails. I can't wait to
Oh
get
my
can't wait. I
gosh.
can't wait to get one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get all three of them.
I know
All
for
three.
real.
Yeah.
It's definitely given. I want one of each.
Yeah.
All three of them. It's funny. Yeah.
For sure. For
Everybody lit about Jamie drink though.
Are
Yes.
they?
Yes,
Everybody like
Jamie.
brown like that? I thought everybody be on
Yes.
tequila.
People
Well,
love brown.
they love tequila, but I think it's the fact that yours is what is it, strawberry peach?
Yeah.
It's the strawberry peach. Everybody who's seen it, they like, oh shit, I can't wait to try Jamie drink.
Oh yeah, I can't wait either. I'm
Mm,
excited.
girl,
I'm excited.
throw 'em,
Um,
throw 'em.
so what?
I said throw 'em.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna do a little sip. My friends always get upset with me because I be the last person finishing my drinks. Like I don't really be drinking like that, so it's just a little cute little sip with a little suits up. Yeah.
I don't really drink that much no more. I find like a happy medium, but I am super excited for us to go out to see what that's gonna be like.
Yeah. I enjoy alcohol. I'm not even gonna lie. And I didn't used to be like this. When I was younger, I hated the taste of alcohol. And then I don't know, I guess as I was getting into my into my 30s,
Mm-hmm.
I just started liking it more and more. And now, like, girl, when I tell you, anytime I see a bar with some greenery on it, like you got some sage or some rosemary, some spring
Oh,
leaf or
okay,
some shit
yes.
on the bar, I know
Yeah.
y'all know what y'all doing in there. I love
Yes.
a cocktail.
No, I completely agree. I really didn't appreciate bartenders like that until I started drinking mocktails. When I had to drink
Mm.
mocktails and I would show up to a bartender would be like, "What you want to drink?" And I would just name like elements of a drink that I wanted, and they could
Mm-hmm.
really like make up something crafty. I'm like, okay, you know what you're doing. Versus when I would go other places, oh, I can't make it. What you want, a Shirley Temple? No,
Yeah,
give me
no.
a classy mocktail.
Yes.
So
I love a
I
good
feel you.
mocktail too. Because Lyric mostly drinks mocktails. I'm the one that'll drink the actual drinks. And
Mm,
mocktails always be better than the alcoholic drinks, of course.
They
yeah.
do, they do. I
I
saw
don't like to
somebody
taste my alcohol.
oh, you like that?
I like, yeah, real fruity. I'm really more, I'll do wine, like white wine. I'm more of that
Yeah.
than
I gotta
alcohol.
taste the liquor, y'all. I'm really my daddy daughter because my daddy
Same.
likes to drink gin. And I'm the type that will go to a bar and be like, give me a dirty martini. They like gin or gin. Like
Yeah.
I almost made my signature drink gin, but I know a lot of people don't fuck with gin. So I was like,
Same. I
it's
like
fine.
Hendrix. Hendrix is my favorite gin.
Mm.
I actually shot a bartenders convention that they be having down here every year. And one year Hendrix did this really cute, like little VIP room, and it was all these old school like machines that would make different types of drinks and stuff. It was just fantastic. It was just after that I was so interested. But I'm a like my daddy. I like Crown. I ain't gonna lie. I love a good old fashioned. I am the one that will ask for the dirty martini first and then
Okay.
end with the old fashioned.
So what is
Ooh.
I hear a lot of people ask for, what is it, Moscow Mule? Is that like an old fashioned too?
No, that's like
Ginger.
ginger beer. You can either do that with vodka or
Mhm.
do it with tequila or just any white liquor, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
comes in a little
Moscow
brown
Mule.
tin thing. So
Yeah,
why I'm always
yeah.
thinking it probably got some brown in there. I
Uh,
don't know.
uh-uh.
It
It's
tastes
just
like
ginger beer.
I've
Sprite or
heard it.
kombucha.
Yes.
It's like
That's
that.
also one of my faves because of that. I love ginger beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like to taste my liquor. That's why I flat out, give me a dirty martini, give me a ranch water. Like colored liquor,
Oh,
typically, I feel like I always get sick off colored liquor.
that's what I
So
get when
ranch
I'm
water
in
is
the hood. In the hood, I get Crown and Coke. If
Yeah.
I'm going to it's either
okay.
shots or Crown and Coke if I'm going to the hood. But if I'm going to an actual like place where like I said, they got some plants on the fucking bar,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try all of it.
So is ranch water like that's liquor? That's not water.
It's liquor and, well, the way I usually, y'all, I just found out like 6 months ago that a ranch water is not always tequila. But I guess that's a Texas thing for me to think that it's always tequila because we right by Mexico. But it's the tequila and usually like a club soda or sparkling water. So you can taste the liquor and then it's just like
Mhm.
a lime.
Hmm.
But I will notice when I go to black establishments and I ask, no shade, but when I ask for the ranch water, they don't want to make it like straight. They lightweight always try to make it like a margarita. Adding lime juice. I didn't ask for that. I want the liquor and I want the bubbly water. And
That's
that's
it.
it. And I will squeeze, I just want a spritz of the fruit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I be saying
mhm.
all the time, people, people say stupid shit like, "Oh, you could tell you ain't had no daddy, you all masculine." It's like, actually, no, nigga. It's because this nigga is a part of my personality that I'm like,
Okay, a part of my liver. I am my
okay,
daddy's daughter. What
no,
you
for
mean?
real. Crown might be the only liquor that my body don't have a negative reaction to, and I'm like, I know it's because that's all this nigga used to drink. A half a pint of Crown a day, a
Oof.
day.
Child.
Damn.
Child.
He would
Okay.
go to the store when he got off of work and get that
Are
bottle that's about that big, and that shit would be gone by the next day.
Mm.
are y'all vlogging? I saw a comment that said, "Is anybody vlogging?" I'm gonna
We
be
We
gonna
try
do
my
vlogging.
a
best.
little something, yeah,
Yeah.
for
I'm
sure.
gonna try my
Especially because
best.
we doing a road trip, so yeah, we
Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna
I'm
vlog.
gonna vlog for sure. I was vlogging leading up to.
Did you have a bar in your house growing up?
Yes,
Same.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
hmm It's a bar, like it's a bar at my parents' house now, like the kind that like spin out in all the drinks there. And my parents,
Yeah.
they even got a bartesian. Um,
Girl, ours was built in. Like we had a built-in bar and it was, a beautiful wood bar. My
oh
dad had it
yeah.
redone. He always kept
Mm.
it stocked. Like it had the little refrigerator and we used to be stealing Baileys and shit. Like,
Okay.
exchanging the Baileys for chocolate milk. So my mom wouldn't know we was drinking it. Girl.
Lord.
That's crazy.
It's really surprising that I'm not a real alcoholic, but I'm very like conscious of it because I really like like not too much.
Literally, when yeah, let me
I have to
not too
make
much on my
myself
people.
stop because I really could. Like, I'd be like, damn, I want to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let me. Hmm
Okay. Well, we're gonna see what it do this weekend then. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take this off for a second. I want us to get into some Ask OLFP. I want to get into some listener questions real quick, and then I got one of my own. So let's get into this first. All right. This young lady says, "Hey, beautiful ladies, I have a dilemma and I need help. Okay, I'm a single mother of two. I have a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. I just recently had to take them out of daycare due to the cut on childcare funding, and I simply can't afford it anymore. It's $120 a week per child. I'm not working anymore because I don't have any childcare. My parents still work, so no babysitter. I do receive a little income from social media, but it's not enough. There is an option to send them to public school, but I'm hesitant. I've been through so much going through public school. I got picked on a lot, and I was in a lot of fights. I have a little bit of PTSD from going to school, to be honest. I kind of just want to homeschool them, but my parents expect them to go to school soon. They're not taking me seriously about homeschooling, and I'm really considering it. Will I be selfish to want to homeschool them because of my experience? Will this mess up their social life with other kids? My city is bad on crimes, like 12-year-olds are gang banging. I'm literally terrified of school shootings. If I had the money, I would send them to a private school, but I don't have it like that. Nisi and Jamie, I would like to know, where are y'all sending your kids, public or private? Bondi, what's your take on this? I know you said you went to prep. Which school was better for you? Mm.
Hmm.
4 and 5. Listen, my kid is 2. Uh, he will be going to public. Um, Unless that changes, it may go to a piece of private. We will see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I don't think you're selfish for wanting to homeschool your kids. I think it may be a little bit of selfish to project your experience onto them. I think you should be aware of your surroundings and what happened to them. I'm sorry, and what happened to you. But I wouldn't necessarily stifle them, especially if this is the time that you need it. Like, it sounds like you need it. It sounds like you need a break. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a job right now. You you need to, I think public school would be the way to go. Now, if you can homeschool them and maybe make a profit, there are a lot of parents that homeschool their children, but they also create these time slots where they will take them to certain like communities or parks or do different activities with them so that they can mingle with other kids. That
Yeah.
could potentially come at a cost, but I mean, it may benefit you, maybe tax wise, or maybe they'll give you something to assist with that. But if right now you have to do what you got to do, I think it's okay to put them in public school at this time. And if you need to go back to school, right? And if that's a desire of yours while they're in school, maybe you should go to school potentially. But what do you ladies have to say?
For me, I want to answer her question about going to prep. For me, that's such a hard question. I can honestly say that I do think I got a better education at the private schools I went to, but I had a better experience at the public school because
Mm.
the private school, like, I was exposed to like certain books and like, just smaller classes, and
Yeah.
you can handle the more people in the room that can handle more information, the better the teachers can teach. And a lot of times when you go to school with boys, they are dumbing down the curriculum so that the boys can keep up. And I feel like when I was at prep, I didn't really experience that the way I did once I went to Easton. But I will say my experience with kids was better at prep administration, better at the public school, because the administration wasn't trying to find out who was gay and all of that weird ass shit that they was on. They just was trying to make sure that the girls didn't, end up pregnant, and the niggas didn't bring no guns to school. Like, so,
Yeah.
it was but I would definitely say you can't afford private school. And I feel like I went to school in the 90s. Not the same as today. That's another thing. And I feel like you should probably figure out how to homeschool and then have times where they go and be a part of other things, because, being able to deal with other kids is important. Being able to deal with other kids will help them be able to deal with how they move about work environments and whatever comes with that. Either way, they need to learn how to get along with other people because we need community, especially the way things are going right now.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to create bonds and relationships with other people. So you have to make sure that that is also at the forefront of your mind. But
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, I would rather homeschool my children, especially if I enjoyed a portion of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was good with teaching my kids and shit, I would much rather do it because school's not gonna teach them everything anyway. So
Right. And I just feel like if she could get, because I thought people get paid for being like homeschool, or get something, some type of incentive. But she better
You don't.
make sure she's on top of it.
You
Period.
don't, because they want you to send your kids to public school where your tax dollars is going. I'm glad y'all went before me. Because I was going to say that she was being selfish by projecting her experience on the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for projecting her experience on the kids, but also, I'm not trying to blame her, but it would be selfish to struggle financially and still decide to keep them home. But what I think she's going to have to do is, for now, until she gets the opportunity to make more money, send them to public school. But I think that she can hopefully find ways to balance the children's exposure in other outlets, whether that be like YMCA or something like that. You
Mm-hmm.
just want to introduce some sort of structure to counteract the foolishness that they're going to see in the public schools. And
Yeah.
then when you do get the means and you do get the stable income, then potentially maybe the answer is not even private, because my parents moved from a rural area in Oklahoma to the suburbs of North Texas just so they could be somewhere to where, you really didn't have to send your kids to private school because you was in a great public school district.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that the solution is always having more money to do the more expensive thing. I just think that that's your children's environment, whether they go to public school or private school. Because on the one hand, some kids that go to private schools, they be wanting to be aligned with some hood shit so bad. Just like kids that grow
They
up in the
do.
suburbs, it don't even matter where you are. But you might know somebody 2 blocks over that you go and play with, and they go to the public school, and you like, damn, I want to go to the public school. So then you playing with the kids after school, and y'all doing bad shit. So
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I think that she should prioritize, like, don't project your experience on the kids. The kids are only 4 and 5. It'll just toughen them up, give them thick skin to be able to go to school and experience the other children. But I think that you put them in public school, make the money, and then do things to counteract the foolishness that they learn. I think that's the answer.
Yeah, and I think it also all boils down to like just you got to strategize a bit more, not just for your kids, but for yourself too. You know, also I think if you start with public school, start the research now to see how you can potentially get them into magnet school, maybe, or maybe a charter school would be better.
Yeah.
Try to find out, look into those resources and how you could do that. Because I mean, like, with look, one of your kids being 5, if it's a waiting list, can I get on that now?
No,
Okay, let
because
me
I
sign
was,
the 4-year-old up too. Say
yeah,
what?
4 and 5, they have pre-K4, pre-K5. So even when she said 4 and 5, I know there are some daycares down here that once you turn 4, you're not in daycare anymore. You have to like go to
Go
pre-K.
to Yeah.
Yeah. So it just depends. I think there's different solutions, but I think what you said, Jamie, you need to choose a solution that's going to benefit your kids in the long run, which is not to struggle financially and keep them home.
Yeah. Yeah. But we wish you the best of luck, and whatever it is, I hope that it works out for you and your
For
family.
sure. You and the babies. You and your babies gonna be all right. Y'all gonna live a good life.
I know that's right. Period. Okay. Let's get to the next one. Whew. The next one says, I'm a 28-year-old, a first time mom to a 5-month-old, and I'm struggling with a long term friendship that's starting to feel one sided. We've been friends since high school, around 9th, 10th grade. For most of our adult lives, I've been the one with the car. I got my license at 19. And from that point on, I was always the driver, whether we were going out to eat, hanging out, or even taking trips. I rarely asked for gas money. Occasionally, she'd cover drinks or food, but overall, I carried the responsibility of getting us everywhere. She would always say things like, when I get my license, we're going to be everywhere. But she never ended up getting one. About 4 to 5 years ago, she got into a relationship and we stopped hanging out as much, which I understood. Recently, after I had my baby, I tried to reconnect more intentionally. When my baby was about 2 months old, I invited a few close friends over to meet him. She didn't come. She said she had just found out her boyfriend cheated and they broke up, so she was too upset. I understood and didn't push it. Now my baby is 5 months old and she still hasn't met him. I reached out again, jokingly saying her nephew will be one by the time she sees him. And she responded by saying I would have to come to her. Oh, okay. I suggested doing something simple at my house, but the conversation immediately turned into her not having a way to get there and her work schedule. She only has Sundays off. Sundays are the one day I try to rest and reset, especially with a baby, and I really don't want to host or travel that day. What's frustrating is realizing this isn't new. I've always been the one making things work. The difference now is I don't have the same capacity. I understand. Getting out of the house with a baby is a lot. And I'm honestly tired of feeling like it's still my responsibility to figure out transportation and plans. I feel guilty even thinking this way, but part of me feels like if she really wants to see me or meet my baby, she should make an effort to figure it out. At the same time, I don't want to come across as a bad or unsupportive friend, especially since she's been going through a breakup. Does this make me a bad friend for not wanting to go out of my way anymore? How do I set this boundary without damaging a long-term friendship? Girl, it's damaged already.
Okay, the damage is done.
Who would like to take this first?
I'd love to.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. I don't really have a situation to tell my business as it pertains to this because thankfully I didn't experience losing friends after I had my child because my life was just different. That didn't happen for me. But I've been on the other side of things where I have been friends with people and things just are different. Um, whether that be a baby, job, divorce, whatever. I feel like in this situation, you, the damage is already done because your friend is clearly showing you that she's not in a space to show up and support you in this new version of who you are. And I think it's really telling that even in this listener letter, the friend who's writing it says, am I wrong for not supporting her through the breakup? But you didn't had a whole child. Like you've had a whole child and your child's about to be one, and your friend isn't on Ooh Ladies First panel asking us, am I wrong because I ain't seen my nephew? So yeah, I think the relationship is done, and I don't even think that it's about setting boundaries. I think that what we talked about a couple months ago, that one book where you just let them. I think you
Yeah.
just let her and the situation will die. It's so crazy how sometimes whenever you just stop, things just die out. And maybe this ain't the season for y'all. Maybe y'all will reconnect when your kid is older and you have more time. But it seems like she might have always been a friend that was more of a taker and not really a contributor to anything. And it's very clear. So I would just dead it.
Absolutely. LIG. First thing Monday morning, girl, pack your bags. Okay, like y'all are not friends no more. Like, let it go. I think that once you let the friendship go, you'll think back on the friendship of all the moments where she wasn't being a good friend to you. And hopefully those moments will reinforce the fact that you need to let her go. Because to me, I low key feel like it's malignant. Like, I think she's purposefully acting this way and you're just kind of perceiving it as an accident, or oh, she going through a breakup, or oh, her job, her car, oh, she got in a relationship with a man. Stop, girl. That's low-key a miserable person. She might even like be hating on you in some capacity, so she don't want to come to your house. She don't want to see what you got going on because it's gonna make her feel even worse about whatever her circumstances are. So you gotta just let it
Run its course as it has.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you said something out of my baby's spot. She still hasn't. I reached out again, and you said it jokingly saying, you reached out again. She's already shown you. If she wanted to come see your child, it wouldn't have, to me, mattered if she was going through a breakup. I think she would have made some time. Maybe not that week or something. Like, okay, I'm having a tough time, but let's put some on the schedule next week or something. She would have put in the effort, and you just got to draw the line. Like, I mean, the friendship has expired, and it is what it is.
And
And having a child changes stuff too. Like,
I was just about to say.
yeah, like I don't have time for that no more. Like,
That's what it
you don't have
changed.
to beg nobody to be your friend, child.
You don't have to beg nobody for nothing. That's why I was saying, like, I didn't have any friendship fallouts because I'm just really surprised I didn't. Like, shout out to my friends. But you just realize what you don't have time for. like you do a million things. Like when you end up having a kid, you realize how many things you do just because you have to. You ain't got no choice. Like, it ain't no thought to it. But you also realize, like, girl, I ain't got time for this shit. And that's it. That's the end of it. So I'm really surprised that she is asking, like, what do I do? Because as far as me, I'd have been like,
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Good
Yeah.
night. Good day. She probably don't want to be friends with you no more because you had a baby. Because then that would require her to actually show up for you, and she
oh,
don't want to have
that's
to do that. Because I mean, even the way you say she was always in your car, girl. She was always in your car because she could, use you, girl. She was just
that's
using
it.
you,
Mhm.
girl. It be like
And
that.
I experienced it the opposite way, which is so funny to me. I always talk about this girl. I told y'all about the same girl who had got engaged to the baby daddy with the kid. Well, he had two secret kids and she didn't
Yeah.
know about it.
Mm-hmm.
She regretted her situation. Even though she like pushed herself into it. She like, I'm about to be 30. She ended up getting married to this man, getting pregnant with his kid after finding out he had two secret kids, whatever. So she rushed into that situation. And after she had the kids, she obviously went through postpartum, but she like found a way to other herself from everybody in the group. We were trying to show up like, hey, do you need your laundry done? What can we do? Like, hey, da da da. And people in the group were getting engaged, different things were happening. And she found a way to other herself and not really show up. And I think that's because she didn't want to come around because she was going to feel more miserable about her situation, to Bombi's point.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
seasons change.
this young lady sent another email giving like further context and stuff. I think the girl told her one time when she got in her relationship, the pregnant girl was in a relationship. The other friend ended up getting in a relationship. I guess she tried to give her advice, and the girl told her something like, "You ain't been in a relationship long enough to give me advice," or something like that. I'm like, damn.
She said that to the pregnant girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that girl don't like you.
No, she don't.
And she like every time they talk, it's surface level. I'm like, girl, cut it off. It's too
Yeah,
much
that's
thinking
not your
going into
friend.
that.
It's not your friend. It's not your friend. You just been knowing her for a long time.
Okay. Anything else on that? It's my
Mm-mm.
turn. Okay. So I want to know.
Oh, it's
I
your
don't know if
turn.
it's like, am I wrong, or if it's a what should I do? Because keep in mind, I'm a Leo, Scorpio, Virgo.
Scorpio's your moon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I have this friend who I love dearly, and she was coming in town, and she was like, "Hey, I would love to come and see you, or whatever. I would love for us to link up because I'll be in town, near your area, hanging out with my line sisters or whatever, celebrating some stuff." And then, I don't know if her cousin was. She told me her cousin was gonna be in that same area or not. Okay, boom, checking. So I was like, "Yeah, bet, cool. Let's link up, whatever." So the day of, and this just happened. So the day of, she texted me. We were supposed to link up, and she was like, "Hey, can we do 4:30?" Yeah, cool, not a problem. Okay. Then she pushed it from 4:30 to like 5:30, I think it was. And then it was like 6:30. She kept pushing the time out. Okay, cool. Right. So then I'm headed there, and I let her know like I'm on my way there. And so it takes me about 30 minutes to get there. Now she hung out with the line sisters. Then she went to go see her cousin that was in town. And I'm calling her to let her know that I'm on my way to the spot that we're supposed to be going at. And She's still at the cousin house, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, I'm gonna leave, so I'm leaving too. So I get like 10 minutes up the road from the venue, and I see she still hasn't left yet. So I'm calling her like, hey, I'm about to pull up. That's when she's saying her goodbyes and stuff, right? So she say the goodbye. She's like, I gotta go to my line sister house because I left somebody there. Gotta go pick it up. Long story short, I sat in my car for about an hour waiting on her at the spot. So when I called, first she said she was going to the wrong location. Then she said, basically she needed to drop somebody off, but that's not what she said. She was avoiding saying that she had somebody in the car with her and that she was going to drop them off, which wasn't a part of the plan. So she was like, I gotta stop to make then you my next stop. Does that make sense? I said, no, not if I'm supposed to be your next stop. If you just swung by your line sister house, I'm like 7 minutes from your line sister house, and your cousin was like around the corner from your line sister house. So I'm like 7 minutes away. So it doesn't make sense that you gotta stop and then another stop. So
it's bothering me already that she's speaking in stops instead of ETAs. Like, what's the time?
Do you hear me? Okay. And you invited me to come out. And so I see her because I got her location. So I see her and she still goes like the opposite. No, not at that time. I think I was like, okay. So when I saw where she was when I called her, like, hey, where you going to do? She was like, oh, I was headed to such and such. So you headed there. But that's not the address that I sent you. If you knew that I was like right around the corner, why would you head all the way over there? Right. But either way, she said, well, I'm about to turn around now and I'm coming. But she all in that same conversation said, I got to stop and you're my next stop. Whatever. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for a few minutes and some said, check the location. And I'm like, how the fuck you over? I said, let her be in this corner on this right. Let her be in this right. And she didn't. She went straight, went to some neighborhood. I guess she dropped the person off. And I texted her, I said, yo, it would have been so great to see you, girl, but I'm a pass. And you could tell she started to text me back, but she didn't say that. So I called Nolan and I was like, I'm mad as fuck.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, babe, I feel you. I understand. Go ahead and leave. If you don't, just go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead. I'm leaving. Because at first I was like, should I wait? He's like, for what? Like, you waited long enough. You've been sitting in the car for how long? And so I'm leaving and she started to text me, then she stopped. So as I'm getting closer to my house, she's like, okay, well, I'll just see you at your house then. You're going to see who at the house because I'm not even going to go to my house. And don't think you're going to pop up. Even if I was coming to my house, I'm not going to open my door because I'm mad with you.
Did she have your location?
In the car when you invited me out. And I started to go into the, when you're waiting on your friend, you're like, okay, let me just go ahead and go into the restaurant. Yeah. And told me, don't go in the restaurant yet. Just wait till she get here, then y'all can go in there together or whatever. Some told me, I'm so glad I did not go in there. And I waited. So she called me. I ain't answered the damn phone. And
how far y'all go back?
Talk, and she hasn't called me back yet to apologize or say anything. So
see, my problem is I think people be doing shit intentionally.
Really?
And she's never ever done that before.
She probably don't, but that's why I said that's my problem. Again, I was abused as a child, so I don't trust people. But to me, I don't know why, but it's just like you seem like you going out of your way to make this difficult. Like you the one that pressed it. Then when I'm sitting there for an hour, my nigga, like that's crazy. And then for you to be like, oh, I got one more stop. Girl, what the fuck is really hood? Like to me, that's just very inconsiderate from jump. And I don't get that. But somebody in the comments said that it was a Gemini, and I'm like, why would you think it was somebody that's my sign?
No, she's actually a Leo.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that's the problem. No shade. No shade.
I have to disagree. What part is the problem?
Well,
Because
I
I
feel
know
like
for me,
you're a different type of Leo to
because
me.
I'm like,
Because you have the Scorpio and a Virgo to balance it out. I don't know what her
mm,
other stuff is, but you know, a lot of Leos be on main character shit.
Absolutely.
So Bounty said the perfect word, inconsiderate. And to
yeah,
be honest with you, when you said that you texted her and said I'm a pass, and she started texting and didn't, that's Bounty low key. Like I wouldn't. I don't think she was intentionally trying to do that in the beginning, but at the end, she wanted you to cancel because whatever she was doing, like you're not grown enough to just respect somebody else's time and say, "Hey, y'all, I have to go. I have plans at this time," and leave. Like,
right.
what is keeping you away from a commitment that you've already made? So, low key, Jamie, this is my problem. I'd stop fucking with her completely. like, like this is my problem. Like, if somebody did me like that, we
Mm-hmm.
might kiki in the DMs, but she'll never had a chance to play me like a fool again. You'd never. We wouldn't hang out. We wouldn't hang out just based off of that. Because, like, I had. And this is where maybe my issue to cutting people off is like bad. I don't know why it's so bad. I think my mama made me that way. And the fact that I have two sisters, I'm always like, fuck friends. I ain't need no friends. No, that's actually why. My mama used to say to me, you ain't got no friends. This your friend right here. She used to tell me that all the time. But anyway, there was one time where I had dinner plans with a friend for let's say 5:30. She didn't show up. I showed up on time. I sat down, ordered my food. She didn't show up till like 6:20. So I was pretty much done eating. So when she showed up, I didn't say nothing to her. I enjoyed my food. And when she showed up, I got my check and I left about 15 minutes after she got there. Girl, it was good seeing you. I have another commitment after this. And guess what? She ain't never been on my playbook again. Like, I wouldn't fuck with her. That is so disrespectful. And it's like, I get that things come up, but I think the part that's even more disrespectful is her not being grown enough to just say, hey, I'm sorry, I overcommitted to too many things. I'll take it
Right.
next time. She like took ownership of your time that you could have been doing shit. You could
Anything
have been laying
else.
on the couch.
Nothing. But later, yep.
Yeah,
Mhm,
I started to take people disrespecting my time way
mhm.
harder than I used to. And I just want to say for the people in the comments talking about Leos being late, it's not always every, but I have a sister that's a Leo. And when I tell you ain't been on time for nothing, she may
Mm,
not have even have been on time for her fucking birth.
mm,
Okay?
mm, mm, mm. Yeah, because
See,
I don't like keeping people. I think that's what I'm like. I would never keep somebody
and
waiting that damn long ever.
and that's why I over communicate. Like I never communicate. Like if I'm running late, and I'm not saying I'm always on time,
Hmm.
but if I
No,
know,
I'll be
hey
late, but I'ma
girl,
say,
I ain't
hey,
even dressed yet. It's
yeah, I'm on my
yes,
way. I'm
It's
about to leave
traffic.
right
It's
now.
big.
And I
Yeah,
mean
like
it.
this is my
yes,
It's my
ETA. I'll be there
ETA,
in 20
yes.
minutes. I'm around the corner. I'm this and
Yes.
that.
right.
No. And then it's crazy when you got their location. And it's like, bitch, like,
I
girl,
just see
what the fuck? Why
you,
you pulled up on the
bitch.
side of the road? What is you doing?
Yeah, she was playing too many
Yeah.
games. I think whoever she was with, she didn't want to leave them or didn't want to drop them off.
She didn't want to leave them, and then ultimately it got to the point to where it was like, well, she'll probably just cancel. So when you said I'll pass, she was like, that text, no text was like, I feel bad, but now I ain't got to worry about it no more.
And then it's like once I'm done doing what I'm doing, 15 minutes later, it's like, hey, I'm on my, I'll just meet you at your house. And no, the fuck you won't be meeting me over here.
Period. You would
I'm
not be
not
coming to
talking
my
to you.
house.
So
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't know. That's my. You know what it made me think about when you told that story? Do you remember whenever Cynthia and Portia had to sit down and Cynthia was waiting in that restaurant for Portia for like
Hmm.
a whole hour and she sat down and she was like, Portia was like, hey, she was like, I've been here an hour. I think she had on that fucking painter's hat in that scene.
Yeah,
But
with that crazy ass eyeliner. I remember that shit.
yes, yes,
I
Yeah.
might listen, as a Gemini, I might be late, but I'm gonna communicate that I'm
Yeah.
you gonna know. So that if you wanna change the time and all of that, you can. I'm not just gonna leave you hanging and ignore you. I know
right.
Yeah.
people that will ignore you. They will tell you that they're gonna be there in a certain amount of time, and then you don't hear from them until they get there hour 45 minutes after they
Thank
said it was.
And with y'all saying, you know, the over communication, I feel like that would make one wait longer, right? When you're over communicating. So I kind of feel like the issue isn't so much as the wait time. The issue is more so that you didn't feel that I was important or necessary enough for you to let me know what the fuck you had going on. That's it. Like
right,
oh, okay, so hey, I got to drop this person off, or I need to whoop.
Or to apologize off rip. Like, to be apologetic off rip. To be like, bro, I'm really, really sorry. Because I did do that to my friend one time. I was going through a tough time, and I had totally spaced. And you have got to text me the day before to remind me about shit. If we talked about something 2-3 weeks ago, bitch, please text me just to make sure the day before, because I will forget. Like,
same.
Charge it to my head, not my heart.
I think that's a major character flaw. It's not even about the time at that point. It's really just about respect. That's why I was saying I wouldn't fuck with her no more. But you know, I ain't gonna tell you to.
We'll see. I know I've been in the space though. We'll talk when you hit me up, and when you hit me up, it's about how I feel. Because I like to go off my mood. If my mood is I ain't fucking with it, I ain't fucking with it. If I feel like answering, I'll answer. It's gonna be dependent upon my mood. And right now, don't call me.
Ooh. Let it go.
Don't call me. But I feel like I was giving grace as well, because I had another friend that was like Uber late type person, like 4 hours late to her wedding type person, like kept you hanging, waiting on her like 3 hours. So that like really like triggered me, like, bitch, you never do this. Like, we've been friends for years. Like, why you can't communicate and just tell me what the hell going on? I could have still been at my house and just left when you was on your way to the spot. You know, I don't like stuff like that. So, but yeah, a little piece of trigger. But I wanted to get y'all thoughts on that. Girl, everybody said it ain't nothing to cut that. Oh, that's crazy.
It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Okay.
It ain't nothing. That's not. So with that other person, I start lying to her about what time we meet now.
Oh yeah, we do that.
Oh, you have to.
We definitely be like, oh, be there for, if you supposed to be there for noon, be there for 11:30, be there for 11:15. You know what I'm saying?
The reservations are booked for 11:30, 12:15.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Everybody here. Sorry, I'm running late. I'll be there at 12. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Well, I thank you, ladies. Next up, I want to get into something else. Let me make sure I have everything up that I want to talk about. So you guys know that it's his prom season, okay? And the people have been doing the absolute most for their kids. Some people feel like they're doing too much. I really don't see a whole lot wrong with it, but I'm going to show y'all some of the video, and then I want to get into a clip. So let's just check out some of these people's video of what they're doing. I think that's cute. And it looks like it's not just something that they're doing for their one child. It looks like it may be more of a community thing that they're doing for these kids.
Fun. That look cute. I like it.
Now they building a whole something.
Yeah, that look like y'all got money. That look like y'all got money.
It look like it's in Texas.
And could be.
This is extravagant as fuck. Oh my God.
You know, usually when we see the prom send-offs, they be Chicago, New York.
Why are you building a fake house to walk out of?
Is the prom being held in the house?
Let me see if there's any more.
Oh, that's cute.
This was cute. Was there anything else? Okay, this was one more.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm not fucking with it.
That's a lot.
He would have to have put the money up. Like, is this about the prom or what?
That's what I wanted to talk about. What about prom is now y'all feeling like y'all need to show off money? You're not going to the prom to buy anything.
Right.
Everything is already paid for. What are you handling all this money for? Like, what is that about? That is
the way you couldn't even take that money to the prom with you is crazy.
No. And then, you know, in my day, you get robbed doing shit like that before the prom.
Try. Now let me play this video for y'all.
It's inappropriate.
Oh my God.
This woman.
Is it the white lady? Oh my gosh.
They can't let us have nothing.
thing only, hood prom. And I think what a lot of people fail to realize is hood prom and baby mama culture are like this. You can't have one without the other. You can't have hood prom or the baby shower stuff or the gender reveals or anything like that without baby mama culture. Because the reason why the dresses are so extravagant in the cars and the show and the presentation is because this is the closest these girls will ever get to being a bride. In the Black community, I'm sorry to say it, actually, no, I'm not, because it's the truth, especially in lower income households, there's not as much of an emphasis on family anymore. These kids aren't getting married. They're going to be baby mamas and baby daddies. So they're never going to have a wedding. These girls are never going to walk down the aisle. Some of them probably will, but the majority of them will never be a wife. They will never be a bride. So they'll never have a wedding. That's why the dresses remind you of big, beautiful wedding dresses. These kids are substituting their wedding with prom.
This is a prime example of being in Black folks' business and don't know what the fuck you talking about. We extra like
Thank
that.
you.
And if people say something about y'all getting cats because y'all gonna end up lonely, even if you do get married, because that old white man gonna leave your ass because he out here fucking on all kind of things and people and others, you would be upset. But ain't nobody coming down to social media saying that, ma'am. The rage bait content is crazy.
Did you see the response video from a creator had went and dug into this white lady's life?
Oh, I love when they do that.
She has a Pinterest page with all kind of wedding stuff saved, but no man. Her mama
I was just about to say the way she hugging
is
on
a
that
baby
she ain't got no
mama.
man.
Yeah, her mom and dad were not together. Her mama is a baby mama.
Oh, that's what it is. You hate her mama.
Let me find this.
Slut shamey women always hate their mama. I don't know if y'all peeped that.
For sure. And she want to be married, but where is he? I used to hate prom culture. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I had to figure out why, but now that I think about it, this shit is so cute because I think we didn't see any of the kids like for most of the videos. I think what I don't like is when they do this and then the girls are going to prom half naked. The girls are wearing the mesh bedazzled nipple cover, like that pisses me off. I love extraness for regular high school proms. Like all this extra is fine for the girls that's wearing dresses that's age appropriate. So as far as like the flexing, the money down the shoulder, the girl got the leg slit all the way up to her hip bone.
Yeah,
I don't like that. But I'm also feeling like fuck that white lady.
Absolutely.
I don't feel like that's anything for her to comment on.
And that's not what's happening either. That's not what's happening. Like, I don't know where she getting her fucking information from. But most of the girls I know who people was gonna put money into their dresses and all of that, like that, them girls got married because they went on and had extravagant big ass fucking weddings and divorced the nigga in about 7 years. Okay. Like I'm just saying, like around my way, women get married. Almost all of the girls I went to high school with was married and divorced by the time we hit 35. Everybody then got married already and divorced, just like white women have. So
interesting.
Whether I went to the girls I went to public school, the girls I went to private school with, most of them have gotten married, had kids, and was getting divorced or got divorced, or like maybe a handful of them might still be married, but most of them have gotten divorced. But they did get married. They did get married. They did it the way they would. A lot of us were supposed to do it.
Same thing white people do.
Yes, that's why I'm like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Prom is just it's the precursor for all of that. It's getting you ready for all of that. Same thing as debutante ball and all of that.
Yeah,
like all of it is the same type of culture. I don't like though the money shit and the girls being over sexualized, and I don't like this. Like y'all know they about to go fuck tonight. I don't like
that's the hood shit I'm talking about. That's the shit that is so weird to me. Like the kids clearly look like they about to go run amok in the city. They gonna be fucking out the back of the trucks and everything else. Like I'm not here for the kids dressing like that. But they should celebrate.
I love the extraness of it though. I'm not
That's
gonna
what I'm
lie.
saying.
I love
The
to go through
extras
the
is
photo
cute.
albums and see what they came up with and how they
Mhm.
match it, and how they set it up and took the pictures. But I do also the parents. Oh my God, the parents. Sometimes like you could see that the parents have fucked the kids up a bit.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know,
you can.
very
And
materialistic.
sometimes you can see that when the parents do that, they're projecting onto the child.
Yes.
Like
Yes. It's
when they
about
do
them.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, when they, yeah. So yeah, be extra with your child, support your child, allow them to be children and go to prom and look like children, and not necessarily or look like
Mhm.
young
They're
women
little
and men.
princesses, you know what I'm saying? Let them look
Yeah,
like they could have a shoulder out, okay? Belle and them
yeah.
used to have a shoulder, off the shoulder or something. You could
I
have
ain't
like a
even mad at a leg slit,
I was just
but
about to
some
say
of the
up
leg
look, right
slits,
before the knee, three about 2-4 inches
okay,
above, girl. Yeah, you all right.
yeah.
But do you need to be out here like Butoni fucking Braxton down to the BET Awards or some shit? No, bitch, you are not Jennifer
Mm-mm.
Lopez down to the MTV Music
Thank you.
Awards, so to the Grammys. No, you not. No, you not.
I
Act
see
like you
another piece of
no,
mesh.
because you a child.
Mhm.
Because you a child. At the end of the day, you need to remember that you a child so these other people can remember you a child. It's not on you, but we're not going to be, showing it or having you dressed as if you are a 20-something-year-old. We're not going to do that.
Right.
The white kids do the same thing though. Have y'all
Yeah,
noticed?
they
And
do.
maybe it's down here.
Mhm.
Maybe it's down here, but we used to wear corsages and the boutonnieres to prom and
Yeah.
homecoming. Now the girls is wearing bouquets of flowers. Have y'all
What?
seen that?
I have not seen
No.
that.
Yes, I've been noticing a lot of the white girls, they're no longer doing corsages. They want a bouquet of flowers. So they're all standing in line looking like brides.
So
Like
that's what the white girls are doing, not what the black girls are doing. You're
that's what the
projecting.
white girls are doing. Yes. So I think that in general, it's a problem because all the kids are like what you call it, adultification. They're trying to make themselves older. They're trying to make the event more than what it is. And I think that if you keep the event fun, you do the signs in front of the house, but they understand like I'm not quite an adult. Like that's cool. The bouquets of flowers, like even as the bouquets of flowers is not really a big deal, but as a
It
parent,
costs too
I
much.
wouldn't. No, I
Okay.
think they're the same price or even cheaper. They're cheaper. The bouquets of
Really?
flowers are cheaper than the boutonnieres. Yeah, because you can go get the bouquet of flower from like HEB or Target or
Publix, yeah.
Kroger.
I think I might have paid. I don't know how much the thing is, but I would have because my shit was like between $250-$500 for my bouquets.
For your wedding.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But I mean, they're going to the grocery store
So
and getting
so
a
they not
bouquet.
getting like the real ones. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not getting the real ones. But it like I remember when I went to prom, my date wanted to wear white. My mama said,
Oh
absolutely
no.
not. You know what I'm
Yeah, no, you're not
saying?
about to play like
Absolutely.
that.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of these kids is playing. But yeah, the white people doing the same thing. All these kids trying to be grown.
And
Yeah.
it's not their fault either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it could be a situation where that may be the one night that the parent will let them have a little freedom and they just do the damn absolute most.
That's how it used to
Yeah,
be for
I
us.
still did. That's what I'm saying. I still looked like a kid at the prom and I still did the most. The
Mhm.
most.
We sweated and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
My prom wasn't nearly as fun as it could have been because the junior prom, I went with a guy who was my friend because I couldn't go with my girlfriend. And the one after that, the senior year was like after Katrina, and I wasn't even gonna go until the last minute. Me and a group of friends decided to go. And it was in white people prom. It wasn't what our prom would have been in the city. You know what I'm saying? My junior prom, we spent like $500 on a dress. Like we went up, and I don't even have no more. I don't even have pictures from it no more.
oh damn.
Damn.
My mom, we had like this beautiful like rose gold dress. I had just cut off my hair and went natural, and my mom pressed my hair out, and I had like a flower in my hair. It was just a whole thing, and I have no pictures from it, and I hate that for me. But yeah,
I
y'all.
can't find none of mine anyway for no reason. There's no reason for me not to have mine, but I don't know where they are.
Find your dress or your pictures.
Pictures.
Oh yeah. I'm sure mine's somewhere around here. Mm-hmm. Somebody says, thanks for the super chat. Someone posted that prom was invited because poor white families daughters couldn't be debutantes.
Well, I mean, y'all know everything is about selling a girl to a boy or to a man. So
That is what prom feels like.
that's what the debutante ball was about. So, you know, not surprising.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's not their fault. Because it's like this is the culture that we live in. Like that's all you thought about as a kid is how your family was gonna look or what you were gonna be in adulthood. And people will keep telling you, oh, enjoy being a kid, enjoy being a kid. But when you were actually enjoying being a kid, everybody would get upset with you. Yeah, you're moving around too much, you're making too much noise. Bitch, I'm a kid.
It's summertime. You can't sleep till 1 o'clock. Get your ass up. She ain't got nothing else to do.
Like, godly.
Hilarious. All right, y'all. Speaking of which, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm thinking about Porsha when she was sitting up there talking to Phaedra's son. And she had said, oh, you finna go to sleep, take a nap in your black mama house?
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and get into Porsha because she did an interview over here with Carlos King. And more so, I want to get into what she talked about as far as Simon and balance were concerned.
You say he look what, Bondi?
He's looks maxing. Every time I see him in this interview, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Something is different.
Oh no, girl. When I watched part of the interview, I thought the same. This is the best he ever looked, in my opinion. But something looks completely different. I was like, was he bald before? Yeah, he was bald before.
He looks maxing.
You go back. Did he shave his face?
You know how in the looks maxing they be adding more like muscle or more like
y'all, it's his chin.
Yes, more curvature to the face.
It's his chin. He got
more prominent.
I think
more prominent chin. That's what it's giving.
Not sure it's Jim Carrey. He got
I think it's his chin.
We need a before and an after. He's always not had hair, y'all.
Everybody's saying he lost weight. I don't know.
That nigga chin look broader than it used to look.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I could not put they said no, he just went bald. Is that what it is? I could not put my finger on it. They said more facial hair. They said a little facial balancing. I have no idea. This is the best
maybe it's facial balancing. That's probably what it is, because that shit be looking good on men.
You know what? Maybe could be.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at him. Do what you got to do to get the young boys to come. You know, you about to be an old queen anyway.
What is it?
It looks much younger here.
Okay. Can you click that picture with the microphone? The second row to the left. The second one on the second row. One more over to the left.
Oh, this one here.
This was about the same picture. What is it that's different right there?
Could it just be the smile lines, the forehead lines, or something? I don't know.
I can't really see the
because he looks even more different than this.
I think maybe facial balancing, like y'all said.
Yeah, that's why I said looks.
That includes everything from
they be doing shit to make their faces look more muscle, more angular. Like it makes their faces look more masculine. But I've been seeing a lot of that with like the white boys. Like, what is that nigga name?
He wasn't bald, but y'all, he's been bald for a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit.
I think that, and I don't even think that's it. We're looking at the bottom of his. Like, there's something here that's different.
Some people are saying
it may be. It might be. I don't know.
It's facial balancing, like you said.
It probably is. And then you know what else? Y'all know how it's very subtle, because I feel like it's the same thing that Porsha and them did. It's kind of subtle, so you don't notice it right away. You just know that something looked different, and then over time, probably in another year, we'll be able to look back and actually pinpoint it. But it is given he went and got something done to strengthen his jawline.
Do y'all like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the best he's done. And this is how you should get work done if you get work done. It just needs to be like, damn, something's different.
Yes. And you a rich old queen, Carlos. Like, you've been, robbing Peter to pay Paul all these years. You better use this money for something.
Okay.
On season 17. B.
Not 7.
It was the same thing with you. And I remember saying to the world, like, I'm not Porsha apologist, but what I need you guys to understand as a producer is there wasn't a friendship there. And I think when it came to you, did you not think at the time that, oh shit, they're going to think I took this woman's husband?
you know, here's the thing. I take full accountability for my part in the optics, okay? And I take full accountability for not speaking to the narrative once again. At that time, I just didn't feel like it was my place. You know, the things that I knew about her and his relationship, it did not feel like it was my place. I had heard her do an interview and she was like, well, if I'm pregnant, I'll say so. Me, I'm a woman. I'm gonna respect that. If she wants to tell that about herself while that's on her.
Because you knew she was pregnant at the time and you were protecting the story.
It was not my place.
It wasn't your place.
Yeah, it
right.
just wasn't my place to speak on. And I knew it very early on. You know, it was one of the reasons that, you know, they were where they were in their relationship. It just wasn't my place. And even though if I would have taken that information and put it out, would it have freed me from the shackles of the Scarlet Letter? Sure, it would have. But that's the price that I paid at that time to just stay out of it. You know what I mean? And for me, when it goes back to whether she was my friend or not, no, she wasn't. I also had text messages that showed the day I was going to film, the producer sent me her number and said, hey, this is her number so you can meet her. I did not know her. I did not know anything. And of course I filmed with her and you know, fist pump Simon, did not even recognize him or anything. I had known him like 8 years ago, didn't even recognize him, had met her that day for the first time. But you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I know that people at this point are going to believe what they want to believe anyway. There's some people who hear my side and they're hearing it to understand. And then there's some people who are hearing me to figure out a way to trip it up and switch it up all over again. So I'm still responsible for me. I'm not going to speak to his part. I'm not going to speak to her part. I wish her well. I wish him well at the end of the day. That was years ago. I married him and we're now divorced. And pretty much that's that. But, you know, when I think about it, yes, if I were to speak on some of the information that I had at the time, would it have made it better? Maybe. Because as a public figure and as someone who's been in reality TV, I can sit here and be telling you the absolute truth. And there may be 60% of people who just are determined to say, nope, you stole him. He was legally married. That's what you did. And that's what it is. And so I just paid that cost. Like it is what it is. I just have to continue on living my life. That's one of the burdens of being a reality star. And people don't really want to hear all the truth. They really want to hear what's sensationalized. They really want to hear that. It's people who walk around all day. It's women on our show, Housewives of Atlanta, who were going through divorce and who are still dating. It's men who are going through divorce that are celebrities and they're still dating. But, you know, I get crucified. So it is what it is.
I think the issue for you, Porsha, is that, you know, at the end of the day, whether y'all had like a real friendship or not, you were developing a friendship. Yes, she came onto the show as not being your friend, but you begin to hang out with her, spend time with her. There are actual pictures and videos of this. You were spending time with this girl, getting to know her. So at some point, I'm sure she began to see you as a friend. And at that point, it had been more than a year from the time that the show was actually filmed to the time that you got with Simon. So y'all had been developing a relationship, and that's part of why people come down on you so much. Not so much as that, oh, you stole that lady husband, but you were actually building a friendship with this lady, and then you went and got with the husband. And to me, I feel like regardless of what Fallon was doing over there in her marriage, the way that Simon moved, he's not excused either, which shows me he operated in a way that made Fallon react to him the way that she did. And at the end of the day, that's the married people's business. And they could have potentially worked it out and got back together. But then, you know, you saw dollar signs in my personal, and I mean, shit, you did get a house out of the deal. But let me get into Fallon before we let everybody chime in. So Fallon sees everything and she says, I know you fucking lying. See, I was okay with it, never speaking on this situation again, but as long as 265 days is out here doing interviews, taking quote unquote accountability and acting as Captain Save-A-Ho with Carlos King, then fuck it. Time to blow the dust off these receipts so that everyone can take real accountability and this SHI can finally die. That is what Miss Fallon had to say, honey.
Yikes. Porsha full of shit. That was her best impression of taking accountability, but I don't believe you. I believe that you was fucking with that man before Fallon was pregnant by old boy, or at least before you knew that Fallon was pregnant. I think that he was fucking with you and he was like, oh, Fallon, Jalen's gonna stay with you while I'm out of town type shit. And he was going out of town to be with you. So yeah, you could say that. Either way, that's of no consequence. You still went in them people's house, met that lady, was cool with her, and then DM'd her husband when they was going through a divorce, when they was breaking up. And it wasn't even fucking fresh. It was just in February he was posting about how she was the love of his life. And then in April, y'all was engaged. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, no. And to me, when they asked, was it her karma? And she was like, well, if it was my karma, it was good karma because I'm happy where I am now. No, bitch, it was your karma. And maybe you learned, if she would be honest and say, I learned from that situation, that I will definitely, not be rushing into relationships with other people. Girl, you could have just said a lot that would have been, I learned from it, not, oh, it just worked out for me, so it's fine. And that lady was cheating on him, so I'm not guilty of anything. That's bullshit.
Thank you. I think that's perfectly said. This is my problem with Porsha. She really believes that she had no fault in anything. Maybe you didn't owe the lady nothing because you met her that first day at filming, but at the end of the day, let's just say, like, when it comes down to even just like self-respect and credibility, she talks so much about being a public figure and a reality star. And if I think about like being somebody of that caliber, you know that you have a certain perception. But to you, to Jamie's point, the bag was bigger. You decided that you was going to take the risk and look like the bad guy because you thought that he had an everlasting bag and he didn't. You end up getting a house out of it. Fine. But at the end of the day, y'all, I think Porsha lost a lot of fans. And I don't even think that it was due to, oh, you was fucking that lady husband. Because I really used to like Porsha. Porsha was one of my faves.
Me too.
And I never stopped fucking with her because she was fucking the lady husband. I didn't give a fuck. Like, maybe if she would have came out, like Bondi said, and was like, I fucked up, this is what I was trying to do, I'd be like, okay, I get it, right? But I stopped fucking with Porsha because her logic and just the way she is was exposed in that moment. And it just came across as really greedy. I think it was greed that got her there. Greed, and also the hurt that she potentially was in when it came to Dennis. She had just came off the heels because she explained interviews ago, or either Dennis explained, they was trying to wear matching outfits on Christmas. And then come January, she was out with Simon, and then they were engaged by April. So you still wanted to make it work with Dennis. You just didn't get what you wanted out of it, and you thought that the risk was worth the award. And I'm saying, like, if the house is the award that you think is worth it, or reward, whatever the fuck, then cool. But honestly, your credibility and perception was tainted, and I don't think that that's a fair trade-off. So I think that's your karma right there, is that a lot of people don't fuck with you. And it wasn't even just Simon. It was Porsha showing her ass on Portia's Family Mess. That's when you muted, Bondi.
The Ultimate Girls Trip. That one too.
That was after that. Yes.
Yeah.
Both things, I felt like we could fully see Porsha for who she was, because for so long she had come to us and been edited as like the fun girl.
Yes.
The girl who wasn't afraid to say it with her chest. She'll turn up if she needs to.
Better.
Right. And I really love that about Porsha. But once she showed her ass, like, I could never go back from that. So I think that that was the karma right there. Also, I don't know if you're going to play anything else in the interview, but in the interview, she's absolutely delusional. She said that it was clear to her that the anchors of the show this season was herself, Cynthia, and Phaedra.
Yeah, she's
the people with the least going on.
And she absolutely believed it when she said it. And I'm like, anchor Porsha, yes. Portia's an anchor of the show for a fact. Cynthia, you could go, and the show will go on. Yeah. Phaedra, you could extra go. Like, I'm so tired of people not calling it what it is. The anchor of the show is Drew and Porsha. Because y'all can't stop talking about Drew. And K. Michelle, too. The new girls are actually showing up as anchors. So, yeah, I can't fuck with Porsha. She's really believing the stuff that's coming out of her mouth.
Gotcha. Okay. Hate it. I mean, she started to kind of get me during the interview, just a little piece, because I was like, okay, I can appreciate taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, we'll see how this goes.
She was using glamour magic. That's what I think. Yeah. The hair, the makeup, the titties. When somebody like really knows how to accentuate their beauty,
Mhm.
It is what makes it hard to ignore how fucked up they are or how they might be being disingenuous because you so caught up in how beautiful they are. Because she really is like she does that very, very well. Hair, titties, face, makeup, ass.
Mhm.
Like it's just it's always there. And plus her mastering the unbothered, right? Like that is another thing that will like make you be like, okay, well maybe we and she's funny. That's nothing. She's funny. She'll throw
Yeah.
something out there that's funny, and you'll be like, "Oh, ha 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 ha." That kind of lets your defenses down even more. So glamour magic, making you laugh. You're kind of like, okay, we'll give
But
her
you
a
remember
shot.
we had said it. I said it years ago. She's been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Remember when she came to us on a reunion after her and Phaedra did the shit with Candy with that short ass pixie cut?
Yes.
Anytime Portia has felt like she's fucked up or she feels like she has to have a raw moment, she come with that fucking pixie cut. Cause she want to come raw and authentic. Like even when she got into this new relationship with Sway, when she first came online and was
No
like,
makeup.
okay, Bobby, you
Yes.
like it?
Yes.
She came on no makeup. And that was supposed to make us be like, oh, this is real.
Yep.
Like I think
All
it
them
is
little
real.
video. No, it
I
is.
do think it's real.
It
But
is.
I think Portia also knows how to play with the optics of like,
Absolutely.
oh, she's natural. We've never seen her like this before. She could be her raw, authentic self with
Did you
Sway.
see the
Like,
one that Sway put up today? They on the beach and Sway getting a massage and showing her coming up out of the water. And she like it is meant to seem as if she don't know that Sway is recording her, but she knows that Sway is recording her.
oh yeah, for sure. They both putting on.
Yes,
I do
absolutely.
think that they love each other, but
No,
I also
I think
think that they both are
I
putting
think
on.
they fucking. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Fucking. Okay. Well, she seemed to be very much so in love. She don't want Sway to go nowhere. So we'll see how this is gonna go.
Look,
Anything else?
that man said a lesbian could give you problems.
I still
Oh,
believe that.
I do too. I trust me, I do too.
I believe it, but I haven't seen anything bad about Sway.
Nah,
Mhm.
but
But
the
I
husband gets
just
you like
don't trust it because, yes, I don't trust it for two things. One, because she's a handsome ass stud. And the second thing is that she's a businesswoman.
yeah.
Like, she's really smart. Like, and Portia also is really smart. And her
Mhm.
level of manipulation is top tier. And I don't know if she's gonna be able to do that with Sway. So I think
I
if
don't
and
think
when
so.
they do fall out, the fallout is gonna be severe.
Exactly. And it's
Mhm.
gonna be I'm sick. And I you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It'll probably be something like that bad. Cause that's how, the girls will do you.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, ladies?
Gonna be a good
Mm-mm.
stepdaddy. A step studs daddy.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, we wanted to keep this show short for you guys, give you all just a little piece, okay? And the rest will be at the live show. Only at the live show can you get the rest of what we're going to talk about, okay?
Only at the live show.
So, if you haven't gotten your tickets and you're still interested in coming, you have until tomorrow around this time to get your tickets. Okay. So make sure you guys go and do that. Be sure to catch us over there on Facebook in the Facebook group as well. Follow us all over the social media. The information is here for you guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to support and follow the podcast. And listen, we will catch you guys. We're gonna catch you.
Ooh,
We
when?
may not catch you now, we may not catch you next one,
Oh, I
but
forgot.
we is gonna catch you. So stay tuned. That's why you gotta follow all social media. Stay tuned. Bye, y'all.
Peace out.